And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Thank you once again for being here for day number 28 for the BCR Technique 30-day challenge. So as I was talking about yesterday, today is going to be a review day. We're just going to be reviewing everything we've done from day number 1, moving all the way up here till day number 28. And tomorrow, this is the big news, right? Tomorrow we're going to be on Zoom, okay? So for day number 29 and for day number 30, the last 2 days, are going to be a Q&A with everybody who wants to show up. Okay, it's absolutely free, just as everything here on this channel regarding the 30-day BCR technique is a free practice for you. Okay, so go into the video description below. You'll go to the video description and you'll see the 2 links for day number 29 and day number 30. You just click on those 2 links. You can register, and then you'll be added to the Zoom meeting that will take place tomorrow. So tomorrow, the day number 29 will start at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. All right. So just feel free to sign up. Again, we'll just be taking some Q&A. We'll be going over some more of the review of the BCR technique as well too. And for day number 30, it's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific time. All right. So just remember to go to the video description, click on those 2 links, and you can register. And we're going to have some Q&A, so you guys can ask anything you want regarding the BCR technique and all the teachings that have surrounded it for these past near 30 days. All right. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to talking to you guys on Zoom, and it is going to be simultaneously broadcast on YouTube as well too. So if you don't want to be on Zoom, you can still tune into to YouTube, and you can check it out for day 29 and day 30. Okay, so thank you everybody once again for being here. It's going to be kind of a short episode today, as we're just going to be going into review, because at 11 a.m. today we're going to be doing Newer TV Live. So that'll be coming up at 11 a.m. So looking at the BCR technique through these past 28 days, like I said, from a lot of the feedback I've been getting from everybody, there's been some great promise. I think I can take these off. I don't really need them. There's been just some great promise and great support and great success from people that I've been seeing who have been doing the BCR technique, right? So the whole idea here is just pacing yourself out and just working with it. And like I said, the BCR technique is one of the most simplest techniques you can do, right? It is all about breath work. It is all about getting yourself into that lower, subtle state of being, and it's about creating your reinforcement space, right? So this is giving you the opportunity to really take advantage of your creativity, right? Working through the heart and creating that space. As we create that space, this is where everything in regards to healing, in regards to integrating love energy, is possible. So as you've learned to work together with your present self, right? To have your check-in list, writing down certain things that you're going through presently, okay? Having your levels of bodies, okay? Your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, right? What's happening within your physical, mental, and emotional body. We're writing that down, we're being aware of it, and again, we're moving from active calmness into subtle calmness, okay? So again, we're working together with the breath. So when you're working together with the cleansing breath, I would say just keep it under maybe about 10 breaths or so, right? Because the important part is moving more into the phase 2 breathing, right? Cleansing breath is very, very intense, and sometimes we can get pretty lightheaded with that. So we're just taking a few cleansing breaths just to get ourselves awake, just to get ourselves active. Believe me, you don't need those many breaths, right? 5 to 10 should really serve you quite well, okay? The real breathing that we want to do here that's going to bring us into that lower subtle state is the heart rate variability. So like I said, even before you do your BCR, if you're doing some jogging, you're having a cold shower, you're just getting yourself nice and active, that's great. You can even skip the phase 1 breathing. As long as we're active and alert, right? We're not trying to do the BCR technique when we're about to fall asleep. That's how you fall asleep. So we're making sure that we're working together with heart rate variability as we're active, and we're again just doing nasal breathing. Deep breath in, deep breath out through the nose. 5 seconds in, 7 seconds out, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, 6 seconds in, 8 seconds out, whichever you prefer. Okay, but you're just again stimulating the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. You're lowering the heart rate. Your body is going into that lower idle state. And what are the results of that? Well, astral movements is one result of that. Okay, feeling tingly, maybe feeling a little bit of lightheadedness. Right? Those are effects of it. Feeling a tranquil breath taking place, as I was talking about yesterday too, where it's just like you're observing someone sleeping, right? Very, very shallow nasal breaths as you're sleeping, right? That's an effect that you get from doing heart rate variability for over several minutes, okay? So when that happens, don't be shocked. That's all part of it. That's tranquil breath, okay? So the idea, you can feel your hands getting warm or getting heavy, okay? As Forrest Knudsen talks about, because again, he shares a lot about this. And again, you can feel some tingling sensations on the skin. You can feel some tingling sensations throughout the spine. The dorsal vagal complex is also going through some tingling as well too. So there's a lot of effects that you're feeling. Your lips may start to tingle as well too. Face may start to tingle. There's also that feeling that you may feel like someone's blowing like on your face, like just going, and you can kind of feel it. It's kind of like your eyes are squinting a bit. That's another type of effect as well too. So there's quite a few different effects that you can experience as you're doing heart rate variability. Okay, it's just helping you to go into that lower idle state, that subtle state of being. And now you're good. Now you're ready to go deeply into the reinforcement space. So that's why we bring ourselves into that subtle state, right? We're being a lot more receptive to the deeper inner consciousness of ourselves, right? So when we go into our space, we're a lot more in alignment, right? We're moving much more into a theta-like state, right? We're moving into the dream state. So we feel a lot more vivid through the inner world, and that's a very, very important part. When you're doing the BCR technique, you are much more responsive to your inner self. You're much more responsive to the inner world. Okay, it's not an outer world thing. So you go into your space, and like I said, we're not creating eye candy. We're just working with the heart. The heart is creating your space, and you should just instantly start to feel this happiness, right? As soon as you go in to your reinforcement space, you can feel it. You can feel the love, right? You can put the gauge here, and you're just starting to expand. You're feeling the energy around you. You're feeling the love around you. You feel your pores opening up. You're breathing in all of that love, all of that happiness. It's making you smile. It's making you giggle. It's making you chuckle. It's making you laugh. You're feeling wonderful. You're feeling incredible. You're feeling on top of the world. You feel like you are the sovereign of all creation. This is happening to you right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Hands are fully extended, bringing that energy in, size of a tennis ball, putting it into the heart, right? As soon as you're putting it into the heart, take a moment. If you have a love energy entity, okay, like I've talked about, because that's just a representative of your heart love, your heart space, your love energy, okay? And that love energy entity appears, and now you're commanding it. It bows to you and says, Master, how can I assist you today, right? And now you're working together with clearing out any and all debris, right? And of course, BCR technique just feels so good. Like, it wouldn't surprise me for you guys doing it multiple times per day, right? 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times per day. I don't see why not, right? This is making you feel wonderful inside. This is making you feel glorious inside, right? So why would you not want to do this multiple times per day? So for those of you who have just really done the BCR technique, 1 shot, 1 a day, okay, that's good. But what's stopping you from doing a 2nd time or a 3rd time or a 4th time, okay? Keep working with it, especially where we're going into challenges that we're facing throughout the world. You want as much love energy flowing through you as possible, okay? And you command that love energy. It's not to say that that love energy holds a dominion over you. It does not. Love energy is open. Love energy is receptive, and it will obey your commands. So you're just putting as much love energy into yourself as possible to heal the body entirely, to heal your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, right? Then, of course, we go through the variants, right? We look at the variances of ourselves. We start off with a newborn baby. We go up into our toddler years, right? We go into a young child. We go into adolescence. We go into teenage years. We go into young adult years, right? We're looking at all these different variances of ourselves, and we're bringing those variants into the space. What do? As soon as we fill ourselves with love, right? We're 10 out of 10 on the scale with love. We look left or we look right, and we see our variant, okay? And like I said, it's not a therapy session. It's not a counseling session. You're just meeting up with that variant. You're feeling them there, and you're just filling them with that love. You're bringing them to 10 out of 10 on the love scale where you are, right? And now as you feel that harmonizing between yourself and your variant, you feel that oneness. Everything that represented the impairment emotionally, physically, mentally of that variant is now starting to fade away in yourself. As you work on your variant, you're working on yourself, right? So we continue to do that. We look at the major markers, the milestones that we have created through our timeline, right? And say, okay, I have this variant here at 5 years old. I had this tragedy situation happening. 10 years old, I had this situation at school. I got bullied, right? I remember that quite well. So here's my variant when they were bullied. Here's my variant when they were heartbroken. Here's my variant when they were rejected, okay? At different ages, different variants, right? So we're popping them into the reinforcement space. We're 10 out of 10 on the love scale, and we're contributing that love to the variant. The variant is now getting filled up with that pure love, and you feel that change happening within yourself. The variant is now being placed back into your memory timeline, and now you're feeling amazing, right? You're floating above the mountains. And of course, it's the same process when we're working together with our family, when we're working together with our friends, when we're doing our life circle work. Okay, I said it this time, not life cycle. Our life circle work, okay? So we're working with our mom, we're working with our dad, we're working with our grandparents, we're working with our siblings, we're working with our partner, we're working with our children, we're working with our grandchildren, we're working with our best friends, we're working with our co-workers, right? Whoever plays a major role in your life that you're seeing quite frequently, okay? Who you're thinking about quite frequently, that would indicate a major key player in your life, okay? Like I said, I would say the mother would be the ultimate key player altogether for yourself. And that would be a very good place to start. So just like I did with the demonstration, we were getting into the life circle while I was working with my own mom, right? And I could feel her uplifting together with me. And it was a wonderful feeling, right? It was beautiful, it was brilliant. And like I've said, like I was saying yesterday, all we're doing, guys, is we're healing our perspectives of life. That's it. You do not need to forgive anybody else. All you're doing is forgiving within yourself the tendencies that have brought you physical, emotional, and mental anguish, okay? Your traumas. So those conflicts, those traumas, we are healing those, right? Because those are what have given us disharmonious perceptions of life. That is us battling with the entire world. And what happens, Brad, when you do that? What happens if I do clean out so much of my variants? I do clean out so much of my major key players. I've made so much progress with that. I feel them all in love. What's going to happen to me? You're going to be your true self, right? It means nothing can stop you now, right? You literally feel like you're God of this world, right? That's what's so remarkable about this. This is, again, your stepping stone to moving into the non-dual. You are going to know that you are pure consciousness. You are going to know that you are the self. You are going to know that you are the center of everything and that you pervade through all things because you are God, because you are consciousness, because you are the self. You pervade through everything and that there is no other, right? If I'm pointing out here, I'm pointing on the outside. I'm saying, oh, well, there's my brother over here, right? Well, what am I pointing to? I'm pointing at something on the outside. That's not an other. Everybody is in here, right? Everything that represents the outside world comes from in here, right? So there is no other, really. We say another person for a state of convenience, and that's fine. But really, when we look at it, you're the only one here, right? Here's the cosmos behind me. But all of this is happening from within me, okay? I'm the only one here. So as I'm the only one here, I'm the only one who has perception. And I am perceiving my reality based on how it is being revealed to me, right? So if I'm putting all these kinks, and if I'm getting into fights with people, and if I'm getting into arguments and harsh debates, and if I'm angry about how people are living their lives, etc., what am I doing, right? I'm in complete disharmony with my perceptions. I'm creating these kinks in these hoses, right? Taking one hose, kinking it up. Taking another hose, kinking it up. Here's something in regards to my family life. Kinking it up. Here's something in regards to my career. Kinking it up. Here's something in regards to finances. Kinking it up, right? We're kinking up all of those hoses because we're becoming adversarial. We're becoming in disharmony with all of these themes within our life. So we need to go within and we need to unkink those hoses so that the water can flow through the hose. Okay? That's what we're doing. This is again what the BCR technique has been teaching you from day number 1. So if you are persistent and you continue to work together with healing yourself, your perceptions, your variance, your life circle, and of course your world, right? Representing your events, just like I shared the other day through the demonstration, you are going to feel yourself just making an incredible breakthrough. You are going to see the world in an entirely different way. You're going to see life in an entirely different way. This is what Jesus was talking about having eternal life, right? Having eternal life is all about, shall we say, not making the physical body immortal. Okay? It's not what having eternal life is all about. When you're looking at that, you see life eternally, right? You are part of life altogether. You are not playing with the finite game, right? You're not playing with dualism, right? Because that's basically what the mortal life represents. The mortal life is the dualistic life. It's the outside world. It's where you think that you're mortal. It's where you think that you're fragile. It's where you think that you're little and feeble and tiny and can't do anything, right? That's living a mortal life. That's basically living a dead life. Okay? It's kind of like you're feeling you're already dead, right? Because all you're doing is just trying to survive and work with your instincts every day and just work with your basic survival mentality. And that's no way to live. That's not living at all. That is basically living through hell. That's basically living as a dead person, right? It's kind of like what Jesus talks about with the idea of, right, someone who is coming from death to life, right? They're raising themselves from the dead. Well, this is basically what's being said, right? You're raising yourself from the dead because you are becoming alive unto God and dead unto sin, right? If we're looking at sin as everything that represents Maya, everything that represents peril, everything that represents disharmony, well, that could be the definition of sin, right? To miss the mark, okay? So it goes back to, like I said, what Apostle Paul said, is that reckon yourself to be dead unto sin and alive unto God, okay? So what many of us do in this world, through the modern life, is that we reckon ourselves dead unto God and alive unto sin. And that's living as a dead person, okay? So if you are constantly living in that sense where you feel that God is dead and you feel that everything in regards to sin, to conflict, to harshness, to extremes, to adversarial nature, to you brewing and having a lot of meddling, disharmonious experiences with others and situations, you're living in through that nature of sin, as we term it, okay? So it's a matter of turning it all around. When you're living, as it were, in a world of sin, you're living on the outside, okay? You're living in duality. That's what sin would represent. It's the nature of duality itself. When you're switching it all around, you're alive unto God and you're dead unto sin. Now you're walking the proper way. You're walking forward. You're moving in the right direction because God is you. You are God. And you are everything that creation is. And you are beyond creation, right? You are the complete and total permanence of everything. You are the complete and total self, right? Everything is you. You pervade through everything. And that is the great knowing. That is the great realization. And like I said, we'll be following up a lot more with that after the 30-day challenge when we get into the New Earth practices altogether, okay? So take into heart, take into consideration of everything that you have learned through these past 28 days. Continue to work with it. Like I said, the Telegram group is available to you should you have any additional questions pertaining to the BCR technique, right? Work together with your checklists, okay? Check in with yourself, write in your notebook, keep progress about how you're doing, because this is where you're going to come back and say, oh, great, okay, I remember what my day 1 was like. Here I am on day 500, and now I'm looking back at my journal. I'm looking back at my diary. I'm looking at all these things that I went through. That's great. That's your progress meter, okay? So we want to keep track of that. Very, very important. All right? So let me just go to the chat here to see if we do have any quick questions or if anybody has any comments. Okay. Redemptionista says, love energy is amazingly calming. Thank you very much. Good. Yes, it is. This is why we bring as much into it as possible, as much into ourselves as possible with the love energy. That is your liberator. That's what's going to liberate you. That's what's going to transform you, right? Cheryl says, loving the BCR, becoming as normal as brushing my teeth now. Great. Wouldn't go through my day without it. Starting enjoying brief cold showers too. Excellent. That's great news. So again, guys, you guys are getting it, right? I'm glad that there's really not that many questions here, right? There's a lot of you that have been tuning into this since we began, and I know there was quite a bit of questions when we first started, and now here we are on day number 28. You guys are getting it, right? Like I said, it is really a very simple practice once you start doing it. Make it a part of your routine. I would say make it a part of routine, but just make it your nature, right? That's more important than routine. Go beyond routine and come into nature and working with the BCR technique as a natural process of yourself. This is changing people's lives, okay? So this is why I would also need your guys' help. Spread the word about the BCR technique 30-day challenge. Put it on your social media. Talk to people about it, right? It's free, and they can continue to work with this, and they will see how they're transforming just as you are. That's a great service that you can offer, right? There's no hidden agendas, right? There's nothing that has a hidden meaning behind any of this. This is all just freely given because this is something that everybody should know, something that's made aware, right? I could have charged for this like crazy if I wanted to, but that's not what this is about. This is about something that everybody should naturally have, okay? So take advantage of this gift, share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it on your social media, tell them how it's changed your life, right? Because you're the shining light example of how you are making yourself this shining light in the world, and say, hey, this has worked for me. Give it a try. It's not difficult, right? You'll be glad you did. It's very practical. There's nothing impractical about it. It's all about working together in practicality to go within yourself, to create this space, to feel that love because you're feeling it, and to harmonize yourself, your variance, your family, your friends, and the events in life. So again, very, very happy that you guys are doing very well with this. And again, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Okay, so the live Q&A. So like I said, go to the video description. You'll see the Zoom links there for day number 29 and day number 30. Click on those Zoom links, register, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the 2 days of Q&A for the BCR technique to end and wrap up our last 2 days of the 30-day challenge. So again, I'm really appreciative that you guys wanted me to do this because it's transformed me as well too. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow and for the last 2 days of the BCR technique. Thank you everybody for tuning in with me today. And again, I'll see you at 11 a.m. today for New Earth TV Live. All right, thanks guys, and I'll talk to you then. Take care.